quick recap. Chapter 3, The Nature of Forces by Genevieve Gravelle. So we have Selyse and Palo, and they're wildly, madly in love with each other, and they come across these birds, and it's a raven and a dove, and the birds are in love and spend all their time together. It's really weird because why would a raven and a dove be together, right? They should be enemies. Well, Selyse and Palo, they decide for some reason that they need to capture these birds and keep them for themselves. And it's the first time in history that anyone has ever thought of keeping another member of Mother Nature captive. In this chapter, we also learn more about the town and how they celebrate. They celebrate everything. They celebrate all the time. They particularly love to celebrate the new moon every 28 days, and then every 13th month, or 13th cycle of 28 days, they have an annual celebration where they change the year of the moon, and this is kind of the period of time that they're in right now. They're going into a new year. There's a huge week-long celebration. Everybody's partying, living it up, and it's a really important part of the spirituality of the town and their belief that it's going to help bring a bountiful harvest and bring more babies and help them grow, and everybody just loves to party and have a great time. So another thing we've established with chapters 1 through 3 is Genevieve obviously is the narrator, but she's not necessarily the main character. All the characters, really, Genevieve and Selyse kind of play major parts. It's both their stories. And so we've talked about how Palo and Selyse are madly in love, and they're kind of in their own little world doing their own little thing, and then there's Genevieve off on her own. And she doesn't have a mom, and her sister kind of hates her, and she's kind of struggling to find her sense of self. And she has what's called the gift of sight. Now, what this means is that she can both read minds and also kind of see what you're doing. If she has a close personal connection with you, she knows what you're doing, whether in real time or in the past, but not necessarily in the future. But because she's so young and she's really coming into herself, she doesn't really have anybody to talk to about this, and she doesn't really understand. Is this really the gift of sight? Is this what they talk about when they talk about the gifts of sight? Am I an empath? Am I telepathic? I don't know. Maybe I'm just making this up in my head. Maybe I'm just going crazy. I mean, she is only 14 after all. So, of course, if you want to hear more, like and subscribe. I'll be back shortly with another chapter of The Nature of Forces by Genevieve Gravelle. But if you can't wait, you can pick up your copy today on Amazon. Link in bio.